There you go. Hi everybody, it's Jeff and Nikki from Nightshade Nook Decor. So we are getting ready to pour a custom order tonight. Jeff is pouring the deep pour epoxy now and is going to mix it up, and I'll walk you through all the steps of creating this. So what we're making is a large live edge charcuterie board. We are using the color copper, which is a pigment from Mayspring. And the board is actually already in the form. It's in the Exotherm Custom Design HDPE No Seal Reusable Cutting Board form. The wood is from Flower City Milling. Thank you, Tom. I'm excited that I remember to tag Tom because I always forget. And Jeff has already measured out the form and how much epoxy he's going to need. Then he's just going to mix it up. The epoxy is a two-part epoxy, a part A and a part B, so a hardener and the resin. And then there's going to be a little bit of noise. He's using the drill mixer to mix it up.
A little bit more.
Just a little bit more?
Just a little bit more.
We do have a bunch of other boards that we're going to be pouring today. Because we have some upcoming events that we'll be doing. We're going to be at Sonnenberg Gardens this summer for their Arts in the Garden Festival. And we're going to be at Barry's Old School Irish Festival, like we are every year. That's in August. So Jeff is just mixing up the epoxy. Totally forgot what I was going to say there.
It's a good time for me to turn up the mixer, though.
It is a good time for you to turn up the mixer.
I was waiting for you to stop talking.
Oh, were you? I'm sorry.
Well, it makes a lot of noise. And
it does make a lot of noise. So you can see as he's mixing it up, there's some air bubbles that's created during the mixing process. Those we'll actually get rid of once we pour the epoxy resin. It's a completely normal thing. He just needs to make sure that the epoxy is mixed thoroughly. Otherwise, the board will never set up or cure. It'll be just kind of a goopy mess. Which is also why he uses the drill mixer instead of mixing it by hand. On smaller pours, he may mix it by hand, but pretty much the drill mixer is the way to go. Okay. And then, like I said, he's going to use the Mayspring Pure Copper because the color that the customer ordered is copper.
I need to order more pure copper.
Okay. And this is where it starts to be cool, because I love watching the epoxy come to life with the colors. You get to watch all the colors shimmer and swirl in. It's such a neat process. And you can see all the different hues in the epoxy. There's a little bit of blacks and browns, that beautiful copper highlight. That is such a pretty color.
Yeah, it's my favorite color to work with.
So he just wants to make sure all the mica powder is mixed in thoroughly. You don't want any clumps of it. That's stunning. And this is probably going to be a 3-part series because this board is actually getting personalized as well. So after this board has been poured and hardened, I'll take it down and carve the engraving in it, and then we'll bring it back up and pour the engraving, fill that in with epoxy resin, which that we're filling in with a pearl epoxy, so that way it can actually be seen. The copper tends to blend in a little bit. The Pruitts are here. Those are the people who ordered the board.
Oh, nice.
It is a very cool process. Let me know if you have any questions during the process.
Okay.
I love that.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so like I said, the wood is already here. It's from Flower City Milling. It's in the Exotherm custom design form. The weights are actually on some HDPE braces that you can see there, and that's to keep the board from floating. As you'll see when he starts to pour the epoxy resin, it's actually almost like water, the consistency of it.
Okay, we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, here we go.
I love watching the epoxy pour too. That's so pretty. That is one of my favorite colors. I do like the sapphire blue though. I am partial to that.
By far, I think the copper is my favorite color, I'd have to say.
And there's a little knot hole over there. He's just going to fill that as well. We love finding boards that have knot holes or cracks or splits just because it gives it a little bit more character. And that's why we always say, you know, no two pours are ever the same on any of our boards. So what he's doing now, since he poured it, is he's waiting for the epoxy to go around the corners. You can see it'll slowly fill up the sides. Once it fills up the sides, he will add the rest of the epoxy to it. But we just want to give it a few minutes.
Yeah. If we were to dump it now, it would just submerge the whole board and it'd just sort of be a waste. So we're just going to let the epoxy go around the edges. It does take a few minutes. And then we will continue to pour.
Gorgeous color. It is an absolutely gorgeous color.
Yeah, this is not a true representation of the actual color because right now there is a lot of air bubbles that are whipped into it. So I can pop some of those air bubbles and give you a better idea of what it.
So he's just using the torch to dissipate the air bubbles that are in there. I like that it's like two different colors already down here.
Right, and then later on, closer to when the epoxy hardens, we'll get in there and swirl it up like this. So to give it, you know, give it a little more texture, whatnot.
Yeah, so anything he does now, you can already see any of the swirls he put in are already dissipating. And that's because this is a very thin consistency like water.
Right. As the epoxy is hardening, it just sort of moves around. It moves like crazy. So any swirls I put in here now, 5 minutes from now, they'll be completely gone. So we usually don't swirl until right before the epoxy's ready to harden. That's the best way to get, you know, a nice swirl and bring up all the colors, you know.
And that's anywhere from like 12 to 15 hours from now.
Yeah,
It'll start to harden.
It sort of depends on how deep we pour the epoxy and
The temperature in the shop.
in the shop, right. So we need to maintain a temperature between 70 and 80 degrees. Actually, the longer it takes to cure, the better, because it gives the air bubbles more of a chance to dissipate. You can see, I mean, it's hard to, you're definitely not going to see it on the camera, but
No, you can see the little pockets. I love it when it does that.
I can see all the little bubbles here dissipating and popping, so it's probably not showing up on the camera. So we are not even close here. We gotta.
No, it's taking a while to go around
Yeah,
the
it is.
around the edge.
It's time today to go around, so we can pour a little more while we're waiting.
God, that is so pretty.
I know I love this color.
So, and because it does have a knot hole in it on this side, the engraving will be on this side of the board when I do it. And that will probably be in like a week or so.
Probably not even.
So this is an anniversary gift for my 50th anniversary. So we're going to carve happy anniversary. When I did the mock-up, I forgot to pull the heart from the previous one, but they like the heart.
Oh,
So we're going to do the heart, yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, what's nice is doing the Zoom call with them, it saved me on like mock-up time. I just did it while I was on the call.
Right.
Very, very cool. Oh, now it's really getting around. Must be from the heat of the torches moving it some. Very, very cool. So let me know if you guys have any questions, Valerie or David. The knot hole is great. I know, I love it when they have knot holes. Generally, when we're buying wood, we look for wood that will have potential knot holes or look janky. The only thing is sometimes when they get like super janky, like this one has like a lot of little knots and stuff in it. These we can't personalize because there's just not enough wood left in it.
Right. It as nice as it is because it's so janky, at the same time it would not be suitable to do like a personalization on it.
There's just not enough.
Yeah, we
flat space.
Right. When we're going to do a personalized board, we really do have to have one side that's nice and clean, so that where we carve in there, you know, everything comes out nice and legible, and we would not be able to do it on a jankier board. So, but you did score the cat's eye on one side.
You did.
So we always try to shoot for a little imperfections, because
that's what gives it character.
Yeah, it just makes it look nicer in the end, you know.
She said, "All good so far." Yeah, it's looking great.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're getting to the top. So.
So this is going to go through a lot of changes. You'll watch the epoxy will start to like self-swirl, and that's when some of the other pigments that are in the copper mix will come up. Like in the swirls, like when he did that little swirl, you'll see like a little bit more of a copper tone to it, or a golden tone mixed in there. A little bit of black is in there.
Yeah, it's just, until it hardens, it's just forever changing. It always looks different. Now we are going to over pour a little bit. We're just not going to flood the whole entire board. We definitely have to over pour because it does tend to shrink a little, and the wood definitely soaks up some of the epoxy.
So once this is cured, it will get planed, sanded. Then he'll give it to me. I'll do the carving, and it will come out, do the pour into the carving. So I'll send you another time when we'll be doing that, like I said, in about a week or so. And then we'll fill the carving, and then it will get sanded again. And then it's just left to cure, which generally takes about 30 days for it to cure. And then Jeff will do the reveal, the final video, which will be oiling the board.
So I would say that's probably about it.
That's about it for now. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and share our videos. That's what helps us grow. And you guys have a great night.